Hello guys, this is your health and life coach Paris Costantino, and today I would love to have the honor of communicating to all of you one of the greatest and most powerful healing nutritional technologies and healing methods in the whole world, and that is the zone diet. That's right, that is the zone diet. And considering the fact that nowadays it's quite trendy and quite fashionable to be talking about the so-called keto diet, the ketogenic diet, a paleo diet, an organic plant-based diet, a vegan diet. The zone diet is not so easily here nowadays, and it has been applied and has influenced millions of people around the world. And the zone diet, one of the most powerful therapeutically nutritional technology in the whole world, like I've mentioned before. It was created by the man that I personally consider to be one of the greatest scientists on the planet, and that is Dr. Barry Sears. So what is the zone diet? The zone diet, first of all, I would love to mention here that, and I have other videos that you may watch if you wish, about the scientific, indisputable scientific fact that chronic low-grade inflammation is the #1 cause of all psychosomatic disorders and disease in the world. And one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory diets and nutritional regimes in the world is the so-called zone diet. So what is the zone diet? The zone diet is consisted mainly of two strategies, of two things. The first thing is that it is consisted of 3 daily meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks in between. So the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, are consisted every time of 30% protein food, that is meat or fish, clean pasture feed, fish, organic cheese or raw cheese. That is my personal recommendation in the zone, that is, as a naturopathic physician. So, and soya. So you use 30% of protein foods. It can be meat, it can be fish, it can be cheese, it can be soya, whatever you feel like it at that specific moment of time. And it may be veggies and fruit. So a good zone counselor will probably most of the time take out the bad quality carbohydrates, the refined carbohydrates, and that is sugary stuff, sugar and bread, refined flour. So and the third part is 40% fat. So again, 30% protein food, 40% carbohydrates, and 40% fat. So in this way, Dr. Barry Sears formulated the zone diet to be in this way, so to balance two main hormones that our pancreas is secreting on a daily basis when we eat, and these hormones are insulin and glucagon. So if we have these antithetical hormones, if we have these hormones in balance, these two hormones, they have an antithetical action, okay? If we, every time we balance the secretion of these two hormones by the pancreas, indirectly, we balance our blood sugar levels, and we get rid of chronic hyperinsulinemia and insulin resistance, which are two of the main causes of all disease in the world. There are scientific studies clearly showing nowadays in the modern era that these two causes, the continuous excess secretion of insulin by our pancreas and insulin resistance, are implicated in many health issues, serious health issues. So also the zone diet is based on the indisputable scientific fact that there is a powerful, all-powerful hormonal system in our body called eicosanoids. And these eicosanoids, they literally control all other biological systems in our body, the cardiovascular system, or immune system, or circulatory system. And actually there are more than 87,000 scientific studies clearly showing the existence and the action of icosanoids in our body. Actually, Dr. Barry Sears claims in his books that he believes himself that icosanoids, this powerful hormonal system, these powerful hormones, are the molecular glue that holds everything together in the body. Wow. So every time we eat a meal in the zone, every time we apply the zone diet, it's like we're using a passport to have access to the production of good icosanoids and to dynamically balance together the quote good and bad icosanoids, and in this way, every time we use the zone, we balance the icosanoids and we take control of our personal psychosomatic health. That's amazing. So this is the 50% of the zone diet, and the other 50%, the other half of it, is that Dr. Barry Sears is using high dosages, mega doses of fish oils, molecularly distilled, good quality, high quality fish oils. So his formulation is the so-called pharmaceutical dosage, okay, the RX zone as he calls it, which is 1,600 milligrams of EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and 800 milligrams of DHA docosahexaenoic acid. So the DHA builds up the fatty tissue in our brain, regenerates our brain cells, believe it or not, and EPA creates good icosanoids and balances the bad and good icosanoids, so it helps us to get rid of the chronic low-grade systemic inflammation. Again, so if you're having a balanced secretion of these two hormones by the pancreas, glucagon and insulin, you help your body to treat the chronic excess secretion of insulin, which is one of the major causes of all psychosomatic disease. Mind you, there are scientific research studies clearly showing this nowadays, at the present, and you help yourself to get rid of insulin resistance, another great cause of all that's implicated in all kinds of diseases. And it's a pandemia today. It's taking pandemic proportions because we're all under a lot of stress, and we're all living a nutritional health with huge amounts of refined carbohydrates, all these chips and biscuits and French fries and sugar and all this overload of refined carbohydrates. It puts us into a nutritional hell of refined carbohydrates that creates insulin resistance, and like I've mentioned just before, insulin resistance is implicated in many diseases. So the zone diet gives you this health gift, this healing gift, and it actually indirectly, in this way, by balancing the hormonal secretion of the pancreas, indirectly balances the good and bad icosanoids. So you constantly, it's like you're having a nutritional passport, that every time you have a meal, you use this nutritional passport to get into the zone. What great athletes call in athletics, in gymnastics, the zone. And actually, let me mention here that some of the greatest athletes in the whole world have been coached by Barry Sears, and when they applied the zone diet, they just won all the Olympic medals at the Olympics at Barcelona in the past. And many of the top leading athletic teams in the USA have used the zone and have greatly upgraded their athletic performance. And you have many famous personalities that, like Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt, Madonna, that have used the zone diet. So this is a great idea. Again, it's very fashionable, trendy today to listen to the keto diet or the paleo diet, but I haven't heard anybody talking about the zone diet, and this is a powerful nutritional method, a superbly powerful nutritional technology that if you use it, and if it matches who you are, your own unique bio-individuality, it will work wonders. And if it works 100%, believe me, when I used it 10 years ago, the very first days, I felt like I was being transformed from a common human being that I am to some kind of a Hercules kind of a guy. okay, some kind of a superhero. So this is a great idea to use it. If you haven't used, oh, by the way, I just forgot to mention that the second part of the zone diet is second main healing element, okay, a second main healing strategy, okay, tactic is to use mega doses of fish oils, and that is for preservation. Dr. Parisios is using 1,600 milligrams of EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and 800 milligrams of DHA docosahexaenoic acid on a daily basis for preservation. If you're having a chronic autoimmune disease, then you can take double this or more. Of course, you have to consult. You gotta find in your area a zone counselor, somebody who's been trained and accredited by Dr. Barry Sears. Okay, or read his book, The Zone. He has many books. He has written many books, and they sold millions of copies. So this is the zone diet. If it matches, again, who you are, your own personal uniqueness, it will most definitely help you to improve, or in many cases greatly and hugely improve your state of psychosomatic health. Only this simple technique, this simple strategy, this simple approach. Amazing. So this is Paris Constantinou, making a short reference today to the zone diet, one of the greatest and most powerful anti-inflammatory diets in the whole world. Okay, one of the best and most powerful healing technologies in the whole world. Wishing you all to have the very best day ever. May God bless you all. Bye.